I am the doctor, this is my section. Earth is under my protection. Planet of birth is Gallifrey. I've got two hearts, your life is saved. Run into the master, raw Missy. Come on, Alonzo. Alonzi. I am a Time Lord. No, I'm not rich. 12 bodies a man. Now it's time for a switch. Don't look like that. I'm in great health. You were expecting someone else? Regeneration. Oh, such fun. When I say run, run, run. What's that, my boy? Peace and sanity? Sorry, mustache. Reverse the polarity. Sometimes I'm north, but always a limey, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. Jump in the TARDIS, go for a ride, it's bigger on the inside. Exploring all of time and space, oh what's that? Exterminate.
Cybermen or Daleks maybe.
Would you like a jelly baby? Time's ticking, we'd best go, a new adventure Geronimo! I am fantastic, so are you, best come with me, I'm Doctor Who. Welcome to a brand new episode of D4WH. I am one of your hosts, Shitballs Booger. I'm Adam O'Sullivan. Joining me as always, fuck. It's Nicchia Schutz.
Oh, penis. Hello, how are
Hey,
you?
ba.
We should probably warn people that this is going to be a bit rude.
We probably should have warned them before I started.
Yeah, possibly.
This will be called Adults episode. This is going to be a special episode. When we record, I know that the tone of the podcast has gotten a little bit filthier since when we started.
Yes.
We realised quickly on that we couldn't stick to a PG rating.
We have tried.
We
but
do try.
You know what comedians are like, really repressed, and we have to say rude things all the time just to shock each other, pretty much.
So we've cut those bits out of those episodes to make it as nice as possible.
And some of you who listen to our regular episodes may be surprised that we do cut a lot of the rude stuff out.
Yes. So we've smashed all together into this episode, and then hopefully you enjoy it. If you are a little
Easily
bit
offended.
and you're not a huge fan of our more rude stuff, then please skip this episode. Yeah. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. But we're still going to start, as we always do, with Doctor Who news.
Woohoo!
Georgia Moffat's Instagram seems to be a great place to see the adorable lives of a Doctor Who family.
I know.
For those unaware, Georgia is the daughter of the 5th Doctor, Peter Davison, and the wife of the 10th Doctor, David Tennant.
And she's gorgeous.
Oh, she's a beautiful, great actor too.
Yes.
And it seems she could be the mother of a future Doctor.
Ooh.
On July 19th, 2019, Georgia posted a picture drawn by one of her children, and on it she has written, "When I grow up, I want to be a doctor."
Oh, not the doctor, a doctor.
The picture has obviously been done by a young child, but to me it looks like someone wearing headphones. The most telling part of the picture is at the bottom, when a large 14 has been written underneath it.
Oh, she's going to be Dr. 14.
Georgia has captioned the photo, "Uh-oh."
Yeah, it's becoming more and more complicated for her life that there's so many doctors in her
A new
life.
doctor in the family.
Oh, yeah.
Georgia and David have a daughter named Olive, born in 2011, a son Wilfred, born in 2013, and another daughter born in 2015, and have recently announced a 4th pregnancy in 2019.
Wilfred.
Aww.
Georgia also has a son named Ty, born in 2002, whom David has adopted. Unsure which child drew the picture, Georgia didn't name the child.
Them. I like the fact that if you've watched the 5-ish Doctors, she's great in that she makes fun of herself, her father makes fun of himself, even David Tennant, her husband, gets in on it. Anyone who hasn't watched the 5-ish Doctors, you're missing out. Please, please, please watch it. It's so good.
Yeah, but there could be a new Whovian in the family.
I would
Probably
love
not
that.
for the 14th.
No.
It might be, unless they go for a child actor.
I think that would be just a wonderful way to keep that going.
But people are suggesting, maybe the 15th or 16th Doctor could be one of her kids, to keep it in the family.
Yeah, why not?
We'll see how it goes.
There's acting in the blood in
That's
there.
right. 2 actors together make a super actor.
And father's an actor.
All right, let's get into the episode. It's going to be a little bit ruder than usual. So if you don't like our ruder bits, this is probably the best time for you to switch off and wait for next week. Otherwise, please enjoy the ruder bits that we cut out of our normal episodes.
And try not to think less of us.
Yep.
May not realise, but you can be heard.
Oh, okay, sorry.
The rooms aren't totally so it sounds.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
So just bear that in mind.
Okay, thank you.
This is the first time
First time we got told off. Oh dear, someone complained. Now, if we could just have a character who has HIV, get everybody to get checked out.
Everybody checked and gonorrhea.
Yes.
Because apparently that's very prolific at the moment.
We at D4WH would just like to remind you to get your sexual health checked before every single partner, after every single partner.
And your mental health.
How come BekTech writes something down every time you say gonorrhea?
She's just keeping a tally.
Okay.
She's playing D4WH bingo.
Yes.
And
So if she screams out bingo, that means that
yeah,
she's
yeah.
achieved.
We've given her, something to really look forward to.
10 gonorrheas and she quits.
Yeah.
One of the squares is Tim Shaw, so I think this episode's nailed that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's for Tim Shaw. Anyway,
He could have gonorrhea, Tim Shaw, couldn't he?
Looked
From
like
all
he had
those
it on his
teeth.
face.
Well, you
Yeah.
know, and he's very green. I mean, I
Yes.
don't know. Do you go green? I've never had it myself.
I'm not sure.
I mean, if
I feel
someone
like
takes their clothes off and they're a bit green down there, do you go, are you okay?
That's why I always have sex in pitch blackness.
So no one can
or with
tell,
people who are colourblind.
no one can tell you green.
Oh, lucky it's just orange. That's fine.
That's normal, isn't it?
That's totally fine.
All right, I'm sorry. Let's get back to
Okay,
it.
anyway,
Have you guys ever fallen for some kind of cult?
other than this podcast? or-
Yes, yeah.
there like a-
And just sign here.
Yes, yeah. You will now need to give 10% of your earnings to us.
And you
That'll
can't-
be $0.
Oh, we're
You
fantastic.
can't be on any other podcast ever again.
Oh, God, we'd never have a guest.
I did get approached by Scientology many, many years ago before I actually knew anything about Scientology. And we were coming out of a movie and I was just with a mate and someone came up and said, oh, do you want to do a personality quiz?
Oh, yes.
And he and I went, yeah, we didn't want to end, so we're having a good time. So off we went and then we did 200 questions.
Yeah.
And by the end, I'm just making crap up because I just want it over with and thinking, well, then we can leave. And then they put us in separate rooms because I've answered some of it correctly. Then they start going, well, do you know that you have this? So they pick out your weaknesses, and you start to think, yeah, I am a bit shit, aren't I? God, I really could do with some fixing. And then they put us all back together. There were other people there and they played us videos and talked to us. Only luckily the guy I was with, Paul, had watched A Current Affair with Mike Willisey, who went, hey, aren't you dodgy? Aren't you Scientology? So Paul and I got kicked out. But I said, at some point I felt like giving them my money. And he went, so did I.
Oh, no.
It was really well done because you gave them your details because we didn't know what it was. Then they called me at work a lot. And then one of the guys I work with went, next time they ring, give the phone to me. And I said, do you know what to do? And he went, oh, look, I've been in a couple of cults. I know how to get out of them. So he'd been in the Moonies and,
Oh, my
and
God.
a few other ones. He's probably in a cult now.
God.
So that's my experience.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
I'm very nervous
Yes.
about...
That's closer than I've ever been to a cult, that's for sure.
was quite the experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see how they work on that. And I
Yeah.
think, in some religions they do that too. They work on
Oh, yeah.
on where you feel the most vulnerable
Yeah.
and then push it like that.
My parents are in Salvation Army, the religion.
I thought they just did like hampers and Christmas
So did
music.
I. So did I. Until grade 10, so did I. Back in those days, they used to actually list what religion your parents had put down for you on the roll.
Mm-hmm.
So it was Christmas and we were looking at the roll and I was like, what's SA mean? So I asked my parents. They said, oh, you're part of the Salvation Army. I was like, the people who help the homeless people? Like, what are you talking about? Found out it was a religion. I was like, oh, my God.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a religion.
Yeah, yeah. And everything's based on the army. So the leader is the general. They have soldiers who are, people who have been indoctrinated into
Wow.
the church. But yeah. And
So
then
did you have an army rank as well?
No, I stopped going to church.
Private
Oh, treason.
But my sister became
deserter.
my sister became a soldier, and so when I went to the UK, my mum asked me to go to the Salvation Army headquarters to have a look because there's a book where everybody's name is written into once you become a soldier. So I had to go in. It's in this building. There's like a cafe downstairs, and you have to go through like a revolving door to get to the front desk. And there's a front desk for the Salvation Army with two people in the clothes. They all have a uniform. And I go up to the desk and they're like, oh, sorry, do you want the cafe downstairs? I was like, no, actually, I'm looking for the Salvation Army. And they were like, oh, okay. Like they hadn't had a visitor in a while. And then I said, well, I'm here to see the book that has everyone's name in it. And they said, oh, you'll have to come back later because no one's here. And then I had to go back in a couple of hours' time. And they took me upstairs. And the woman who was like the great-granddaughter of the person who started it showed me this book with my sister's name in it, which they'd spelt wrong because my sister's name is Carianne. And they had spelt it Carrie -ANNN. It's spelt with no E.
Yeah.
Showed me around and I was like, okay, But they're all about transparency and all that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. So.
The opposite of Scientology.
But I do remember a moment where my sister had started going because they do a lot of social things. So they have Friday night thing where they go to movies and stuff. So my sister had invited her friend along. And I remember hearing my mum talking to someone else at the church and they were like, your daughter's friend, when are we going to see her parents at the church? And my mum was like, oh, we're working on them. Don't worry.
Oh.
And I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. See, I was just brought up Anglican, so Church of England.
Yeah, no.
Gosh, you know, they couldn't recruit anything really.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was all
nothing against them, but
No.
you know, I think everyone at church is probably passed on by now.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Imagine anyone goes.
No, not those traditional churches. Now everyone's
No.
into the clapping Pentecostal churches.
Yeah.
They're pulling in the numbers.
Yeah, they are.
When I was at school, I went along to a festival. It's called the Parachute Music Festival. It's like a Christian music festival.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a new world. I'm hanging around this festival. And this guy gets on stage and he tries to apply gay conversion therapy to the audience. Stroking around. I was like, this is not the place
Yeah.
for me to hang out. But he said, look, I used to be gay, then Jesus transformed me. He made me way less gay. And now I want you to be less gay, and I'm going to apply these techniques. And this
So wait, it was a Christian music festival.
Yeah.
And he suspected that there might be some gay people in the audience.
gay Christians who are struggling with homosexuality. Yes.
He's like, this is my audience.
This is my people. I can
Yeah.
save you. And he's part
And then
of
he's
the-
like, oh, now we're going to play our top 50 song, Pray the Gay Away.
You're not
Yes, yeah.
gay.
No.
Number 2, stop being gay.
Straight line.
Number 3,
There's
Straight line, yeah.
all these songs.
just tap your feet. Don't wiggle your hips. That's another one.
And Ashwin, have you ever been with a man?
I went through a gay phase.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, maybe it did work on
Well,
you.
Yeah.
but I was too young to be with a man because I was 15.
Okay,
I was at
right.
boarding school. You did the boarding school thing.
I did do the boarding school.
Was this after you'd been to that festival?
This was the same year, like the same time.
Oh, I'm just wondering
Hello,
if it
so you
worked or
never
not.
actually-
You were with a guy, you went to this festival, and
Yeah.
now you've never been with a guy. Ashwin, I think it worked on
It
you.
worked.
I
Yeah.
think, oh my
yeah.
God.
Or maybe he reverse polaritied me and I
Yeah.
became more gay
Oh my
after
God.
the speech. Yeah.
That's what it was.
That's what it was. It's like a Doctor Who moment. It's like
Or you didn't know, and he did that gay thing, and you're like, oh, I didn't know I could be
Yeah.
with guys.
Yeah.
I might give that a try.
Thanks for the
Yeah.
tip.
This is Back to the Future. You can be with your mom. I can be with a guy. Just
Be with my dad.
anyone you want.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
So what I used to do is I was at boarding school and then I would start wrestling with guys. I'm like, oh, that's a good way to be a bit gay, but not fully gay. Like, I'll just jump on someone's back,
Yeah.
try and choke them. So
Well, I just always wanted to live with women, but not have sex with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and people said, you're not a lesbian, you just want a housemate. I went,
yeah,
yeah, I see this. You know, I liked the company of women. I mean, I've got male friends, but you go through that stage where you've had the odd crap boyfriend and you go, oh, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm just spending the rest of my life hanging around with women.
Yeah.
But who else wants to hang around with women? Only lesbians. And the sex thing,
you didn't want any
I
part of
didn't
that.
want that.
No.
No.
And I went through a phase where I was at uni and girls wouldn't kiss me, but because I went to I did an arts degree, so a lot of boys wanted to kiss me. So
Yeah.
I was making out with boys.
Yeah.
I was very devastated when I realised I was straight.
Yeah.
You had to come out to your parents. And,
Yeah, just how it's the problem is that girls just don't want to have sex with me. I'm sorry guys. It's not that I just don't like girls. It's
yeah. Martin Wong, who you had on earlier,
Yeah.
Yes.
he has this joke you probably heard about how Indians are at the bottom of the dating hierarchy, right beneath fat Asian comedians. And so, if you like Indian guys in this culture, you have got some really sick but very passionate niche.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's the niche I got to find.
I think half the profiles I see online of women are like, no Indian guys.
Yes, no.
It's very specific.
Yes. Not even Pakistani, Bangladeshi. It's no Indian guys, especially India.
Although I will say that they probably mix, they probably
Yeah.
grouping them all together in that.
Probably includes Greeks and
Yeah.
everything.
Yes. Anyone who's not Australian.
Is that on Tinder?
Oh,
Oh,
all over
Tinder,
Tinder.
Oasis, yeah. Some
RSVP,
girls will have.
People
Centrelink,
say
the
no
website.
Indian
Yeah.
guys.
Oh my God, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Back to Doctor Who.
Oh, sorry.
So,
This is going to be a
I just
two-parter.
feel like
So we've done the first
All right.
10 minutes of the episode.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going.
Okay, so
unless you massively love S&M, and then you're like, oh, this is so hot right
yeah,
now.
that's
Saving the
true.
Universe is so hot.
And we don't know. Maybe the Arcs are into S&M.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's only two of them. You've got to make your own fun.
Well, she did make him walk for 17 years.
Yeah,
that's
that's
fairly
true.
cruel.
maybe that's why at the end they seem so happy when Paltraki's like, you have to sleep on the floor, and they're like, oh, yes. That sounds great.
Will there be nails?
Maybe they permanently sleep while spooning each other. Like, that could be an
That poses a question. Does
That makes
Delph get
them
bathroom
one-ups.
breaks in between?
No, I don't think so.
No, he just has to stand there?
Yeah, just stand there.
Oh, hello.
I
Oh,
mean,
that's,
there's nothing worse, is there?
No.
You know? I mean, where do you go? I mean, you get stuck in a lift and someone says, where's going to be the bathroom corner?
Yeah.
You want to be the one that goes, I started it here. It's just here.
I think I've realised what BekTech's writing down. It's where she's cutting the episode.
Yes. Too much
yeah.
distraction.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
The jizz cannon.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, wait, sorry, that's what my ex used to call me.
Andrew,
Sorry.
we didn't want your porn name.
Yours sounds like a porn name, the Commander. That's the biggest Dom
Yeah?
name I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I can see you in leather. I'm the Commander.
I got to tell you, if I had to go into the adult industry,
Yeah.
that's what I would do.
Yeah, like, I'm the Commander. You listen to me. Yeah. It's like,
Because if I don't have to do anything other than beat
men.
men,
For sure.
I just-
I'd do that. That's
I just-
the best job.
That's what some people think is happening with this current season, is just to beat men.
No, but I mean, I can beat women, I suppose, if they want me to. But, just someone says, slap me around and call me a pig.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that in my spare time for
anyway.
free.
Yeah.
God. This might be an outtake.
Mistress
I'm
Nicchia.
glad the librarian hasn't walked in at this moment.
I always like that in those adult columns when they go such and such bad Nikki. And they don't
Bad
specify
Nikki.
what she's bad at. She could be bad at it. She could have bad breath, bad language.
Be a bad bitch.
She could be or naughty Nikki. She could hide shrimp in your curtains and run away.
Curtains. I better say. I thought you're curling a finger as if it's like going in.
Much like the doctor's...
Screwdriver.
All right, we're recording. So, Chris, do you want to start your podcast?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck you.
On Gallifrey, born and raised. In the TARDIS, I spent most of my days just chilling and playing some beat ball outside the school. I ran out of things that I don't know enough about Doctor Who to keep this going.
Why
Will
were
Smith.
you lurking outside of school?
The Doctor goes wherever they're needed, right? Is that right?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's right.
Basically, yeah. His companions are usually quite young.
Bullies
true.
does bullies in the school basketball court. And enough for the TARDIS.
And the doctor
to
killed
be
them.
like, we got to go there. Like, imagine how bad the bullying would have to be for the TARDIS to be like, no, we
Yeah,
got to.
yeah. This is too bad.
We got to
We're-
intervene.
We're
Oh
turning
my God,
up.
are there aliens? No, there's not aliens. You guys are just shit.
Yeah.
You guys are terrible.
Supersonic wedgies. You got to get in there and stop this.
My wedgie.
The nerd died from the wedgie.
Oh, the doctor's picking on nerds now?
The underpants went into the skin. Like, oh my God.
The doctor can't pick on nerds, so we don't be left to love him.
Daleks rock up and they're like, this is even too bad for us.
Yeah.
We can't believe the shit that you're doing. Make it stop. Please make it stop. Or you say your name 3 times and you turn around, there's a giant picture of you. You're like, oh, fuck, did I make that happen?
If you say your own name 3 times and then turn the light off, you murder yourself.
Wait, that's just called suicide.
And you heard that. You have to be really sad prior.
Okay, it doesn't matter if you say your name 3 times.
Yeah.
I think you just kill yourself.
You're just fairly sad anyway, I
You
think.
say your name 3 times, sad prior, and have a gun in the room.
If you're suicidal,
and,
have the means to commit suicide and say your name 3 times.
and that's our segment on the hilarity of suicides.
Oh, Chris and I,
Not.
Chris is directing a kids show, and so far all of the scenes have been about suicide.
Yeah.
No joke. It's like one person threw oil over themselves, lit themselves on fire. I was like, cut.
So the note was
Violent?
be more kid friendly.
In Doctor Who, they're like, oh, I just recovered from cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've been a shitty dad, but I've got my life back on track. You're going to die in like 10 seconds.
Like the grand-
They don't care. I was like, what? Those people last the end. It's usually like, yeah, I'm rich. They make it. They make it. And they're like, I'm going to change my life and start donating money to poor people. But everyone's like, I just recovered from dick cancer. And it was like, yeah, well, too bad because you're dead now.
Especially if you just
I
spoke to
don't
your
remember
granddaughter.
Who was the guy who had dick cancer in this season of Doctor Who? I'm just
It
curious.
I
was
believe it
Tim
was from
Shaw, I think.
Kablam.
That was Tim Shaw.
Tim Shaw.
He was getting his meds sent to him, and they're like, "Oh, what's pop the bubble wrap, boom! Now my dick and my face have been blown off. Oh,
I just couldn't believe, like, if I was a Doctor Who character and they were like, hey, how's your life? I'd be like, it's great. Everything's fine.
don't talk to me."
Stop pointing that camera at me, man. I so thought the two scientists in the beginning were going to die, or at least the guy, because he's like, hey, how good was that kiss? And, you know, I just got cured by pancreatic cancer, and you know, the first woman I've ever spoken to, and then I just assume an octopus would like lunge onto his face.
That's the guy who had dick cancer.
Yeah.
I was trying to work out who it was.
He's like, the old dick's working.
Don't you worry about that, lady. There's no cancer in this old thing.
That's why I
We've
kissed
had a
you.
kiss.
Just letting you know, I've got a penis that works real good.
You know, people collect dolls. I had a friend, and you walk into the room and you go, oh, good God, this person's a serial killer. And you close the door because there's something creepy about dolls.
There is a toy store in Tasmania that's in an old mansion, and you open up this big creaky door at the front door, and you walk in, and the whole staircase is just covered in dolls staring at you like, I do not want to buy toys.
Can you buy those dolls?
You're not allowed to touch them, I know that
Oh,
much.
God.
But
They
you wouldn't
bite.
want to
Well,
anyway.
because they're evil, yeah.
Yeah.
You get cursed.
Yeah, you take them home and then they stab you to death. Dolls in general, I think, are a little bit like that.
So that was near Davenport. So if you're near Davenport, see
You
if
want
you
to be
can track down this
creeped
toy
the
store.
fuck out.
It
See,
is-
I only had the one doll, and she used to pee all the time. Well, you gave her water and she peed. So I always figured she was not going to stab me because she would just be worried about her incontinence. Hello.
Oh, hello, darling.
It's so nice to have you back.
Where you belong.
Is it time for me
Oh,
to come back?
No,
I
no
am
Bjork today.
Bjork from Iceland.
I bought a Sugar Cubes album once.
I thank you very much for buying my album.
It was a toss-up between the Sugar Cubes and another band, and a guy suggested, I'll buy the Sugar Cubes. I hear they're going to be pretty good.
I don't know who the other band was, but whoever they were, they're a piece of shit. I fucking hate whoever they are.
I don't think Bjork talks like that.
Don't you tell me how I talk, you piece of shit. I fucking hate everyone except for me and Iceland.
I think Bjork got out of the wrong side of the bed this morning.
All right, I'm going to go back to my genie lamp. Oh, you didn't know Bjork was a genie, did you?
In the show, that Rose referred to David Tennant as David 10-inch.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And he thanks her for the rest of his life for that.
I don't know why. He's got a wife now.
Well, he didn't then.
No, okay. Maybe that's how they got together.
Yeah, she went,
Hi, I'm David 10-inch.
It's such a good porn name.
It's a great porn name.
I'm surprised there hasn't been a David 10-inch.
David 10-inch, especially when you take your pants off and there's only two.
What else do you have two of?
I don't know, two hearts.
Yes.
Two.
The things your parents won't teach you.
Yeah.
Like the bunga joke, you know, the bunga joke.
No.
No?
Oh, you don't know the bunga
No.
bunga? Am I allowed to tell the bunga?
Tell it. Hey,
Sure, tell it and we'll edit
if
it
we
out
get
if we
edited
can't.
out, or it could go to an adults only episode. We do have a few of those.
You can always do the sort of winking away.
Yeah.
So this guy gets stranded on an island, and this tribe come up to him. Aha, here we go. And they capture him and say, now you'll be killed. And the chief says, no. And the chief says, well, you have a choice. You can die or you can have bunga. He said, well, what's bunga? He says, well, that's where everyone in the tribe fucks you up the ass. Even the girls. Like, all right. He says, well, okay, that's better than death. So, okay, let's do it. And the chief says, very well, death by bunga.
Oh wow, what a way to end on. on a
Oh my God, that's funny.
yeah. So for that 5 minutes that was just bleeped just then, no, that's great.
K9.
Well, yes,
he
I
wasn't
have a
in
thing
then.
for K9.
You did.
Yes. I mean, not that way.
Yeah. Oh, please,
Okay,
please tell us more. Let's do our fan fiction
Because
episode.
anything about bestiality, we're probably keeping out of here.
well, it's a
but it's a
robot.
robot.
It's a
Oh,
robot. Yeah.
yeah.
Is it still a?
So is
you know,
that is that still bestiality? or
It's
is
still
that
a
sex?
dog, really.
Yeah.
beep boop? I am totally into this. I give my consent.
I feel like it'd be frowned upon, but you're not going to jail for it.
Well, and if you're in the TARDIS, who's going to know? It's just you and K9.
Oh, I mean, that's a
lonely nights.
scary that's a scary thought to go with. If it happens in the TARDIS, who knows? There's many monkey knife fights that we don't know about in the TARDIS.
Yeah, probably.
Because it's international waters, apparently.
And a lot of K9 love. Yes, Philip.
So beyond that,
Continue.
so you want me to tie that segue back into
Yeah.
Doctor
Yeah.
Who anthology?
So
If you could.
You fantasize
Speaking
about
of
fucking
loving.
K9, yeah. And that's why we're all going to fight to change the name of Uranus to Unutsack.
This is the hill that I will die on.
Not my Uranus.
Not.
Don't touch my
anus. Not my anus. We saw how you were uncircumcised.
Listen to your sins.
Oh, all right.
Listen to your sins. Well, I told you to wear pants and you didn't.
It's probably now that we should correct Adam and saying that circumcision was widely practiced around the world up until quite recently.
Why is this in the
Wait, so Catholics did the circumcision?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Everyone did circumcision.
It was the thing.
In fact, it was.
All right, guys.
It was
Just like men.
Oh no!
Just like
something that they
manscaped.
do in the nightclubs.
I mean, when I had my circumcision, it was.
Oh God, that's something. That's oh wow.
Well,
I think
I've got
much worse,
photos.
though.
Yeah. It wasn't fun.
That's been our weekly. That's a. Oh God.
Oh, you should never get drunk, should you? I mean,
So as an aside, while we're talking about circumcision,
Yes.
Charlie Pickering as a man,
We're going to circumcise his head. What are we talking about?
because his wife is Jewish,
Ah.
and he adopted Judaism,
I don't think I
And
love
so-
anyone that much.
and so he had to have a bris.
Oh.
Now, apparently, to fulfil the letter of the law, it just had to draw blood.
Oh.
But all the gentlemen in the room have crossed their legs.
Yeah.
Oh. Draw
Wow.
blood.
Ugh.
That's some place where you don't really want to draw blood, is
Yeah.
it?
Pictionary is a place that you want
Yeah.
to draw blood.
No, not really. It's very difficult. Water,
Yeah.
river,
Oh,
waterfall.
I know. People are stupid.
And you're just tapping the thing going, I've drawn blood.
Yeah.
Or you just draw a big circle around
Yeah.
something that's supposed to be a duck while everyone yells out, helicopter!
All right, love. So to marry you, we're just going to stab my dick. Is that right?
Right, well, that's a lot to do with Jodie Whittaker.
That's that's been our weekly segment, circumcision chat. CC, as we like to call it.
I love it when we do
always-
circumcision chat.
It's always good to circumnavigate circumcision.
Jodie Whittaker. Jodie Whittaker's probably never been circumcised. Segue, baby.
That's a really bad one.
That I then cut off and made die.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Pretty much. And most of this episode will be in the adults only episode.
Section,
This will be 10 minutes of Jodie Whittaker.
So there are multiple videos on YouTube where you can watch Alex Kingston, who plays River Song, getting circumcised.
The screams will stay with me forever.
Yeah.
So you kind of weighed up the options. You're like, well, do I really want to have sex? Doctor Who is pretty good.
Yeah,
It
and-
really filled the need after Revenge of the Sith came out, and I thought there was going to be no more Star Wars. So really filled that hole of crazy space adventures.
You were like, wow, I can't wait to hate Doctor Who eventually.
Yeah.
No, still love Star Wars.
I won't ask if you've had a screw. We'll just move on.
Yeah, okay.
We'll take a poll in the audience if you would screw. No, anyway, I'm going to cut that bit.
He's more a pop rivet guy.
We'll make a call back to it later so Adam can't cut it.
Oh, shit.
This is
I
all
had
about
a very
how
secret-
Adam got into fantasy.
Yeah,
I had
this
a
is.
very secret thing going on with C.S. Lewis and Narnia for a number of years.
Oh, are you the inspiration for Narnia?
No.
Aslan.
It was the but
Aslan.
but my room at college had a big sign, "Welcome to Narnia."
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't get laid either.
Well, there wasn't a lot of sex in Narnia that I noticed.
No.
Especially because the brothers and sisters all kind of hung out together.
I reckon Mr. Tumnus got up to it.
Yeah. We had a
The
Mr.
power in
Tumnus.
those
he
two
had
a
hind
nice
legs.
hank.
He was quite a horny fellow.
Although these days, if you went up and said, I've got a costume of Aslan in my cupboard, like you'd be really well received in the furry community.
True.
I mean, that's sad. Mr. Thomas might not have gotten up to anything, considering he lived in a wardrobe. He might have been just more of a voyeur.
Perhaps
Could
he
be
was
a watcher.
I really
Just a
hope he.
looker.
I really hope he eventually found his way out of the closet.
But there's a lot of people who are still stuck in there. Well, if you take the skirt off. Oh, no, you already did that. That's how we know the circumcised thing. No, what I'd like
It's a callback to a bit I was going to cut out. If you're listening at home.
And there it is.
Adam pretended to flash us his dick to prove to us that he was 100% man.
And failed.
Not even missing just a smidge of his manhood.
It was all there.
Yeah.
Pretty jumper.
It's tiny, but it's all there.
Yeah. So there we go.
Smegma included.
And by that,
Oh, my God.
by that you mean a popular brand of washer and dryer.
Oh, my God.
Jesus.
Is there
Right,
anything manlier than poor hygiene? You know?
Oh, you're supposed to wash.
Yeah, it's the smell gets a bit much.
Oh.
Sorry.
Well, I'm going to be cutting this whole podcast.
Adam, you told me that you were interested in the traditional cheese making methods of Italy, but I didn't realize that's what it was for.
I didn't know he was making
Yeah.
it in his pants, but anyway.
Anyway,
Yeah,
you wanted to talk. You wanted the men to talk
did,
for once.
I did.
It sucks because I'm not into blue vein cheese, but anyway.
Oh, all right. So
Okay.
what I want to...
Hey-oh, cut. You want me to cut my dick off?
Yeah,
So do I.
we're going to keep talking about it, yes. God, the vagina is powerful. We should really have more of them.
It's
you
up
know?
there.
Yeah.
It's up there with the Swiss Army knife, most powerful tool.
Yeah.
It can do
sonic
absolutely anything.
screwdriver?
It can do
Yeah.
anything.
I have
really.
a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
Do I have to declare it at the airport?
It's my vagina.
That'd be a great one. That'd be a great one. Anything to declare on the slip when you're entering a new
Yeah.
country. I have a vagina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably going to get me
Well,
in trouble.
it's quite interesting that those sort of people are suggesting that the vagina is all powerful and that men are powerless to stop it.
Yeah.
You know,
oh,
like
my God,
a woman
please.
offered me her vagina, so what could I do?
Yeah.
I had to do it.
Yeah.
For it called to me.
That's like me with like the final slice of cake on
Yeah.
the plate. Like, anyone gonna eat it? Like, oh, I gotta do this for
Especially-
the team.
Yeah.
Especially when it's vagina shaped.
Better than that smegma.
Oh.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm just giving
Hashtag-
you lots of edit points.
Hashtag not my cake.
Yeah.
Is she still around, Paris Hilton?
I don't know. Did she release this year's sex tape?
No, and I mean, I subscribe to all the sex tapes of people who are of
Actually,
no consequence to me.
Matt Smith, something was leaked about him. Friend was telling me the other day. I haven't
Leaked,
seen him.
eh?
I haven't
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
He had a sex
yeah,
tape?
Yeah, no, some pictures on the net, dancing in front of a mirror with a woman of some sort.
He's with his girlfriend?
Yes, and he's not wearing anything.
Ooh, hello.
Excuse me, I got to Google.
Oh, God. All right, now that
We've
Nicchia's
lost
gone,
Nicchia's
we
gone,
can
yeah.
say exactly what we think about her.
We've just come back from mute. We had to stop there for 10 minutes.
I'm back.
Oh, God. I hope you didn't hear anything we said.
No, nothing at all. I'll listen on the recording later.
Like time
Yeah, I
travelers.
love time travel too, but without even having watched an episode, it was also like Game of Thrones. Like, well, my ex used to watch that, so I'm never watching that show ever again.
Well, you should start picking exes who watch shit shows so it won't matter. You know, try and get a woman with bad taste. What is wrong with you?
Lower your
Well, at
standards.
the moment, I'm just trying to get a woman, so...
That's got a heartbeat, right?
So we'd like to put a call out for Adam. Anyone out there
Just join
listening?
our Kickstarter. Adam needs a date.
Send a photo, a little bit of info.
It's like a charity donation. It's like GoFundMe, but it's Go F Me. And basically, like, we can raise some money so we can, take you
Get
out somewhere
Adam to
really
stop
special.
talking about this on the podcast.
Oh, my God. This is the only reason I started the Doctor Who podcast, is just to
What, so you
find
could get
someone...
it-
Yeah, who
Really?
likes Doctor Who.
Hang on. So you started a Doctor Who podcast about the nerdiest topic you could, so you could get a woman.
Yeah.
What kind of woman did you think you were going to get, besides me, who's married and like 103?
Yeah, well, it didn't work out very well, did it? Okay.
It's the shittest plan I ever heard. You
It's
know,
actually a really good plan, though.
Yeah.
Like he identifies and says, "This is who I am. This is the
Yeah.
kind of thing I'm interested in." He's got a good define. He'll find the person that.
And it's an
that's
audio
into
medium, so people go, oh, that Adam, he sounds pretty hot. And then they
He's got
meet me
that
and they're like,
sex voice.
oh, God damn it, I'm already involved.
So
I'm
we-
already in love with the voice.
So if you didn't hear the last episode, we talked about the fact that Adam and I look kind of
Yeah.
similar.
You do. Father and son there.
Father and son, yeah.
I'm the father.
So I've always said that I've got a good face for radio, so podcasts especially.
Well, you know,
there you go.
as you were told by someone, to be a better actor, you need to be what? More attractive.
more attractive.
That's right. Strangely enough, I do the entire podcast sitting in front of a mirror looking at myself.
Yeah,
So.
he does. It's weird.
No, that's just me right here.
Oh, right. Oh, shit. Sorry. Oh, I keep forgetting. Oh. I wondered why when I moved my hand, you didn't move. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Wait. The mirror's back. The mirror's back.
They do this a lot, Stuart.
Are you the Solotract?
I could be.
Yeah, the Solotract was rubbish.
Oh, that's right. You didn't like that episode.
I did not
that's
like
right.
that.
I say Bjork to that.
No, I
You say what? You say what?
Oh, it comes. Here it comes.
No.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm coughing over Bjork.
You have called me?
And I have returned. What is Jewish from me?
No, nobody wants anything.
Nobody wants Bjork.
No, nobody.
I am here. Hello, Stuart. I have not met you before.
Maybe that's the woman that you're looking for. It's Bjork.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Is there a man here for me? Where is he?
Well, every time you come, he leaves the room. I don't
maybe.
know what's going on. Oh, hello.
Yeah, that's not the first time.
Hello, Rebecca's rude brain just kicked in then.
Oh, I'm so glad we didn't mic you up this episode.
Oh, who knew BekTech could be so naughty?
The two of us. The two of us knew. The
Well,
two of
we
us
did.
definitely knew.
We did. We didn't think Podcast World would work that out.
What am I talking about? What am I talking
Matt
about?
Smith, just Matt.
That's right.
Matt.
But it sounds so unbelievable, but it can be kind of true. Like I have this story where I saw the Queen of England with a kebab, which is a true story. It actually happened.
You did not see
I
the
did
Queen
see
of
the-
England
I
with
did
the
see
bloody
the Queen of
kebab.
England with a kebab. I was at lunch. I had the kebab, but I saw the Queen as she drove by. So like I can say it like that. It's just a matter of phrasing. This was
Because I can't imagine Liz there with the kebab in the back.
At 3 o'clock in the morning being like,
it's like,
one needs one's fucking kebab.
Yeah.
Get the shandy! Stop being so racist, husband.
No one will ever be as good as Robin Williams is the genie. But
Okay.
anyway, I'll live.
Oh, will you? Oh, that's
Well,
good. If Will Smith was better as the genie, you would have died.
I would have.
Oh my God!
I
Oh,
would
my heart
have
can't take this.
What Faustian bargain have you made with Will Smith?
It was a really shit one for me.
There was that one movie where he played the devil, and it was terrible.
What movie was that?
Oh, what is it called?
I don't know. I'm
Colin.
not a huge Will Smith fan.
What's the angry guy? Angry Irish guy.
Colin Farrell,
Yeah. He's in it.
the angry Irish
yeah.
guy, and I knew.
That really checks out. Yeah, immediately.
Yes,
Yeah.
He fucks a girl to death.
Oh,
It's a beautiful.
so it's a family movie.
He fucks a girl to death and then jumps into the river and wakes up 100 years later.
Oh wow.
Colin does, or Will Smith?
Yeah. No, Colin. No, Will Smith is the devil, and he's trying to stop Colin.
How long does it take him to fuck her to death? Because I would think that would be.
No time at all.
Wouldn't that be like a week or so? Wouldn't you die of starvation?
No, but she has.
As if any guy could last a week.
Such a fantasy. Good one, BekTech.
She doesn't die of hunger while they're fucking.
I don't know. I've
How do you kill someone?
Maybe she dies of thirst because she's thirsty. Am I right, guys?
No.
Oh, I'm up with the lingo.
No, you're not.
Thirst trap.
Can I say two things?
Yeah, sorry.
One, Beck, I've been on antidepressants. I reckon I could go for a week and not come. And two, just on a quick side note, there used to be a comic in Brisbane. This is going back quite a while ago now, like 2009, 2010, who did just that. I don't entirely remember his name, but the guy was having sex with this girl. She had a heart attack midway through.
Oh no.
She died.
Oh no.
And there was a whole trial around it because he finished before he called the cops.
Oh no!
So he was up for manslaughter and assault and all that because of all the evidence.
Oh my.
And this absolute animal, anyway.
But did he know? Like, or was he thinking he was just,
That's the information that I know.
Yeah, okay,
And that
all right.
came...
Terrible. Who goes? They're dead.
Yeah.
And yet I've still got to come.
Better finish.
So that's the Colin Farrell movie. No, she has
Right.
consumption, and apparently if her body temperature gets too hot, so they have sex and she dies.
So she just dies during sex. He doesn't actually hump her to death.
I don't know, but he did
she
raise her
died
temperature.
because she's not allowed to raise her temperature, and he's like, I'll get you hot.
Oh my God. Well, there's a movie I never want to see.
I'll get you all steamy and hot up there.
It's a great movie if you love watching bad movies for the sheer insanity of them. Sorry, there's also a magical horse. Did I not mention the magical horse, guys?
Oh, boy.
Well, obviously then it's a period drama.
Yeah.
And
The demons are mobsters in New York. Guys, it's amazing. If
What?
I can...
movie is this?
Yeah,
I know, you better look this up now.
I thought you were like, oh, he fucks her to death and Will Smith's the devil. I'm like, that sounds terrible. There's no way you can make this sound
Yeah.
worse. And you're like,
Then you
oh,
put
there's
in
a
a
magical
horse.
horse.
It's such a good movie.
Now, these are the people who were doing cocaine when they put this one together.
Based on a novel, and the novel is like highly regarded, but everyone's like, there is no way you could film it. And then some guy's like, here, hold my beer. And then they go back to being like, yeah, you know what? You can't film that.
That's the post-credits scene. It's the director apologizing.
I'm so sorry.
I made a horrible mistake here. I'm so sorry. I got a good cast, but I just couldn't make it work.
It's called Winter's Tale.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Wow,
She
it's got
definitely
a really...
got some tail.
Yes.
It's got quite a dull name for a dead sex thing.
That's not the whole point of the movie. It's the dead
That's the
sex thing.
only reason I'm
Wow,
watching
this is
it
a
now.
10-minute.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Did you walk around and put your hands up and go, because I want to?
Fuck yeah. That was the move from the video clip. Are you serious?
That's what I always think as soon as women start dancing with their hands in the air.
What
you
helps,
know.
helps their tits
It's
to
all
move
over,
around?
really.
Helps their tits to jiggle.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Cut that.
Do you say it helps the tits to jiggle?
Yes.
Thank God. Some honesty. She get all intergalactically horny, does she?
A little bit.
She makes the old doe eyes.
She meets someone for half an hour and then she's like, do you want to come in the TARDIS? It's like, yes, I do.
The actual TARDIS, or is that just what she started calling her? Coochie-coo.
Do you want to come in the TARDIS?
Yeah, well, it is bigger on the inside.
Hey,
ba, ba, ba. We got there, guys. We did it.
Finally, something we can leave in.
Which gets us to the point of...
The episode, not just
I was
leave
going to
it.
say. Yeah, let it marinate. Let it marinate in the TARDIS.
It is a really bad boyfriend.
Unless
I had a
there's-
boyfriend once who rang me and said, I've got a surprise, come on over. And of course, you know, that's a bit exciting. Got a surprise for you. I came over. Guess what the surprise was? He'd had a fucking haircut. How is that a surprise for me?
Wow.
It's the worst surprise ever.
Wow.
Man,
I
that's...
said, what is it? When I had a haircut, I went, oh my God.
So you're telling me you don't like my haircut?
No. Yeah. Adam,
Jesus,
stop
Nicchia.
ringing me and telling me it's a surprise for me.
I didn't know one of your exes had done it as well, okay? I just invited you round to show you a surprise.
I just think it's the worst surprise. Never tell someone you got a surprise if it's just getting your hair cut. Okay, everybody?
Okay.
That's so bad.
That's the commander telling you what to do.
And he's the bad boyfriend.
He was all right. He's just young and
That's
silly.
his Time Lord name.
Actually, to be fair, if you got a haircut and you were like, well, I'm here now, I may as well, get a root.
Well, he was not going to get a root because his surprise was his haircut.
Oh, I know. But it'd be like, well, I'm still seeing him, so I'm like, well, I'll this isn't a judgment on you, Nicchia. It's not a judgment on you at all. You established that you were seeing each other. This is well within the context of what was going on.
True.
And then you're like, I got a surprise for your haircut, all right, blah, 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 blah. All right, well, may as well knock one out. And then you take everything off, and there is also a haircut everywhere else where there's nothing. You're like, all right, that is a surprise.
There you go.
I'm a bit shocked about that.
I'm very shocked about all of
He
this.
got a short back and sides downstairs.
Yeah, particularly in the 80s, that didn't happen.
He said he got a haircut. He didn't say where the haircut was.
In the 80s, we were trying to grow small animals in that sort of pubic region.
Like hedge animals.
Possums, things like that. Yeah.
You know when you jack off in a time machine back and you're like, I think I'm going to go back and look at some vintage stuff.
Yeah, that's right. We've all been there.
Isn't that how we have River Song, is jacking up into the time stream? Anyway. She's down to fuck straight away.
Oh, yeah. That's a mum that is sick of her daughter living with her.
She has a zest for life, Jackie.
And that is exactly what a Plenty of Fish profile would say.
Yes.
Is it?
Got a zest for life, and my 24-year-old daughter is my entire world, and she'll never leave me.
She'll be at home while we have sex. She'll listen. She'll learn how it's done.
Oh, that's creepy.
She turned into an Oliver character there. Ask for more.
No,
An Oliver character that just mother-daughter porn. Do you know that necessary crossover we've all been craving?
Porn, glorious porn.
He had to do what
And
he had
I
to
mean,
do.
that's the good thing about.
Could I steal some water? Is that all right?
Yeah.
And that's the good thing.
back?
I will always give it back. The jug, not the water.
In my
Oh, I
toilet.
thought you were going to piss in our mouths.
That's-
You have to turn the top.
Edit point.
Is that a Doctor Who reference?
Yes, yeah.
Season 2, episode 15, where he pisses in his
Well, the episode
companion's
is
mouth?
called Golden Showers.
There we
There
go.
we go.
Oh, golly. I made a mess. Sorry.
It's a fairly big opening you were trying.
Oh, hello.
Which conversation are we on right now?
We're talking about that episode of Doctor Who where he gets into piss play.
And there's the big opening.
He tries to stop that Dalek at that fetish party. And he just really leans into it.
Exterminate
Lucky
my
there's
face.
that big opening you were talking about.
Oh, God. I love Morphy. Morphy,
I
I
remember
call
this
him.
one
Morphy,
time, me and Moffat, we went down to Colombia and got a bunch of hookers, and you won't believe this. He actually killed one. But we
Oh,
had to-
that's so Morphy, isn't it?
It's classic Moffat. We just, we sort of just rolled her out. And,
And then Moffy was all like, I hope the cops don't get me like Sherlock. Sherlock, that's an idea. I should probably work on that.
the way we work together as a team really reminds me of Holmes and Watson. How we buried that hooker.
Face down so she couldn't rise from the dead.
Yeah, we got a good chemistry, me and Moffat.
There's another time where he killed a hooker and he said, I hope they don't investigate me like Tintin. Basically, Moffat kills a hooker and then comes up with a new idea.
He requires a blood sacrifice for every game changer.
Every good idea.
One time he killed a hooker and he said, I hope they don't investigate me like Doctor Who. And you were like, that's a stretch. And he's like, fuck it, I'm going to work on Doctor Who anyway.
I really tried to push him away from that. He was like, but we hit her in a phone box. So I was like, wow, that
made sense.
That's the adult episode right there.
I just mean the queer community. There's that stereotype where it's like an old club joke of being like, could you imagine being a dude who has sex with other dudes? You'd be like, hey, you want to have sex? You'd be like, yep. And then they go, fuck, it must be so easy. That is my entire experience with dudes. Easy to fuck. So that wasn't meant to be like they would be. No, they would be.
For the poster for dudes, the subtitle is easy to fuck.
Easy to fuck, better paid.
That's true.
For ordinary work and for fucking. Well, no, they're not better paid for fucking.
Oh, no, not at all.
It's the only industry where they're lower paid.
But that's because they're all doing it for free. For
That's true, yeah,
That's true. They're more the consumer than the employee.
Although Doctor doesn't talk about his bladder very often.
He has 2 of them.
2 of everything.
Very susceptible to UTIs.
I've got a double UTI. Oh, that's shit.
Can you take me to a dimension where it doesn't hurt when I piss, please?
Yes.
I'm
all
sorry,
I want.
doesn't exist.
Because you remember he talks about that in season 2, episode 15, where he's at the fetish party.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, that's right, this hurts so much.
That's why my urine's green.
That's right, yeah. I just thought that was because he was an alien. I thought that was...
That was a weird episode doing fetish parties,
It was-
I thought.
it was
my
really
favourite, though. It is my favourite.
Not very sciencey. Very sciencey.
I thought it was just the Daleks that were made of latex. What?
You're a cyber man, but can you cyber fuck?
Oh my god.
So I watched this movie where a guy fucked a woman to death, and I'm wondering...
It's a terrible movie, but it's great to watch and laugh at.
It's a Disney movie.
Yeah, so there's parts of the episode that I like.
It's the Adam Driver factor. You know Adam Driver?
Yeah.
Oh, from Star Wars?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. He's weird looking.
Weird
Yeah,
looking.
true.
Pictures of him,
I'll
like,
give you that, yeah.
Yeah, what's going on there? But then I see him like on film, and
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a weirdly attractive man.
Like Ben Swallow, that meme of him with no shirt on that people
Oh, right.
were
Yeah.
photoshopping.
Ben Swallow.
Because he's
got
Ben
like a big...
Solo.
Yeah,
Oh,
and he
okay,
was
yeah,
like
yeah.
small.
Ah.
Oh, Ben Swallow. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I think he meant swallow.
And
I'm like,
did I for a
okay.
second.
All right.
There's
Oh,
him
that's
as a
cool.
little bird.
Yeah.
Weird.
But it's that thing
Full
of
of
like,
cum.
that's how I like my birds. Am I right, guys? Am I right? Oh.
Yeah.
That still sounds like a
Yours or someone else's? Just asking.
Depends what I want to watch that day.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like a very legitimate old mate sentence, though. I like my beer. It's full of cum, mate.
Oh, I'll have another beer, thanks.
Oh, bar's another beer. Nah, climate change ain't real,
So
mate.
how's the dating going?
I was going to say, Adam, would you like to explain the or is that therapy for afterwards?
That's therapy for all
Tell
the
me
time.
about this episode.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the
sorry,
last
Adam.
couple of
Yeah,
minutes.
let's finish.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up.
Take the wall.
You just happen to be the last one who kept talking. Everyone's jumping in.
I feel like you took a couple of the bullets I should have. Just for that one back. And I'm thank you for it.
I can't yell at the guests, I have to yell at you.
He did some crowd work, none of it in Spanish. But anyway.
Aww. Now you can introduce yourself as I'm Sam the Conquistador.
No, I'm saying the Conquistador.
Ah,
you play your
that's your
cards
porn
right.
name.
The Conquistador.
Oh, Jesus. That was our episode. Hope you're still listening to the podcast in general.
Hope your ears aren't bleeding.
Sorry.
Hope you didn't blush.
Nicchia, your plugs.
As always, I'm plugging all in.
Mm-hmm.
That's the last Friday of every month. And other than that, no, nothing at the moment. I do have a few gigs coming up, but as I say, I always put them up on my Facebook page, Nicchia Short Comedy.
As always, you can follow Adam O'Sullivan Comedian on Facebook and visit thenerdinfinite.com.
Just a reminder, D4WH is on Facebook, so please give our page a like. Follow us on Twitter and on Instagram, D4WH Pod. You can rate and review us on iTunes, recommend us on Facebook, and follow us on Podbean. We're also now available on Spotify and Stitcher. Tell your friends about us. If you see someone on the street wearing a Doctor Who t-shirt, politely go up and tell them they should listen to our podcast.
Hello, listeners. If you happen to be in Brisbane or Queensland in August, we would love to see you at our live show. We're doing D4WH live from the TARDIS, August the 14th at 5 p.m. It is the Eka Show Holidays, so if you work in Brisbane, you'll have the day off. $15 online or $20 on the door. So make sure you jump in onto Sticky Tickets. That's stickytickets.com. Use the code DALEK, D-A-L-E-K, and you can get 20% off our 1, 2, or 3 people tickets. It's at Haya Bar in Fortitude Valley. We will have guests Glenn Stevens and Beck Buckingham to discuss the Daleks with us. Whether you're a Whovian, brand new to Who, or you've never watched it before, please come along. It'll be a fantastic and hilarious time. Please also check out brisfunnyfest.com.
Yes.
It's a comedy festival that's happening in Brisbane throughout August. There's a bunch of shows there. We'll be doing a live show on August the 14th at Haya Bar. Please check it out and grab tickets.
And if you know anyone who lives in Brisbane, just tell them to go, please. Please.
Check out the website.
Sorry.
There's over 100 great shows, so there's definitely someone and something for everyone. Until next time, keep searching the skies for the Doctor.
Goodbye.
Bye.
This has been a production of The Nerd Infinite. And then the sound of dragons spitting fire and stuff. What? Why are you looking at me like that?